respects. Every morning that you open your eyes is proof that your purpose isn't finished yet. The breath in your lungs is not random, it's a reminder. You still have something to build, something to change, respects, something to rise from. But you can't see that if you keep sleeping through your potential, it's time to wake up not just from sleep, but from comfort, from fear, from excuses. Respects. You've been saying someday for too long. Someday is now. Life isn't waiting for you to feel ready. Life moves, and if you don't move with it, respects what'll leave you standing in the same place wondering where the years went. Every person who ever made something great started with the same feeling you have right now. Tired, unsure, scared, respects, but unwilling to stay the same. You have to understand that the greatest version of yourself doesn't exist in comfort. It exists in the stretch, in the struggle, in the grind that no one sees. Respects. The alarm clock isn't your enemy. It's your invitation to discipline. Every morning gives you two choices: stay in bed and dream, or get up and chase that dream. And chasing it will hurt. It will test you. Respects. It will pull at your patience, but every bit of pain you feel while growing will one day become pride. You can't live your best life on the same level you were yesterday. You've got to climb. You've got to push. Respects. You've got to demand more from yourself. Look around. Everyone wants success, but few are willing to sweat for it. Everyone talks about change, respects, but only a handful are willing to fight the old version of themselves to get there. Change doesn't begin with opportunity. It begins with a decision. That single moment when you say, I'm done settling, respects. I'm done waiting. I'm done doubting. That's when the fire starts. That's when life begins to shift. You don't have to know every step. You just have to move in faith. Respects. You just have to start with what you have, where you are, and who you are. The world doesn't reward the comfortable. It rewards the committed. You want success, but are you ready for sacrifice? You want freedom, respects. But can you handle the fight? Every blessing you dream about comes with a weight to carry. If you can't carry small responsibilities, you won't be trusted with big ones. Respects. If you can't push yourself when no one's watching, you won't survive when the pressure rises. You keep saying you're waiting for a sign, but this is it. The moment you're breathing right now is the sign. The pain you're feeling is the sign. The frustration you feel every time you look at your life and whisper, I want more. That's your soul screaming for change. Stop waiting for motivation to find you. Respects. It won't. You've got to create it. You've got to dig deep when you feel empty. You've got to remind yourself that nobody's coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not your boss. Respects. You are the rescue plan. You are the change you've been praying for. When you finally understand that, everything shifts. You stop blaming and start building. You stop complaining and start creating. Respects. You stop wishing for a better day and start working for it. That's what it means to wake up, to take back the power you've been handing to excuses. The truth is, life doesn't care how bad you want it. Respects. It cares how hard you work for it. It'll test your patience. It'll break your plans. It'll throw failure in your face. But that's not cruelty. That's conditioning. Every struggle builds muscle. Respects. Every setback builds resilience. The pain you go through today is preparing the strength you'll need tomorrow. So don't curse the challenge. Use it. Don't run from the pressure. Rise under it. Respects. You've been through too much to quit now. You didn't survive the storm just to stop at the shore. There's more inside you. There's always been more. Wake up and realize that comfort is killing your potential. Respects. You weren't created to be average. You weren't born to just pay bills and die. There's a calling inside you that's been buried under fear and procrastination. Every time you say, maybe later, that calling fades a little more. Wake up before it disappears completely. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. Respects. You owe it to the version of you who kept going when no one believed. You owe it to the people who look up to you without saying it. You owe it to your future self who's waiting for you to stop wasting time and step into purpose. And yes, change is scary. Starting over is hard, but staying stuck is harder. Respects. Waking up every day knowing you're capable of more but doing nothing about it, that's the real pain. Regret weighs more than discipline ever will. Discipline is tough for a moment. Regret lasts for a lifetime. Respects. When you choose discipline, you choose growth. When you choose excuses, you choose limits. Stop letting fear of failure make you live small. The truth is, failure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Respects. Every failure whispers lessons if you're humble enough to listen. Every no you face pushes you closer to your yes. Your breakthrough won't come from wishing, it'll come from working. Respects. You can pray for change all you want, but if your actions don't match your prayers, you're not moving. Faith without work is sleep with your eyes open. You've got to move your feet while you believe in your heart. Respects, you've got to put action behind your ambition, because dreams without discipline are just decorations for lazy minds. So get up even when you don't feel like it. Show up even when it hurts. Respects. Speak life over yourself every morning. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Make progress in imperfect circumstances. Every successful person you admire was once where you are. They weren't born confident. Respects, they built confidence through consistency. They didn't wake up successful. They woke up committed. They had days they wanted to quit, but they kept showing up. That's what separates winners from wishers. Not talent, specs, not luck, not timing, consistency. The one who refuses to stop will always outrun the one who only moves when it's easy. So stop asking for a lighter load and start building stronger shoulders. Respects, life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. You need to wake up and understand that time is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. The opportunity you keep delaying might never come again. Respects. Don't waste your energy on distractions that don't grow you. Stop scrolling your dreams away. Stop living through other people's success stories. Write your own. Respects. You've got 24 hours. The same hours as every person you look up to. It's not about having more time, it's about having more purpose. The clock is ticking. Respects, and every second you waste on fear is 1 second stolen from your destiny. You've got to stop saying, I'll start next week. There's no next week for passion, there's only now. The moment you decide to act, respects, the moment you take that small, uncomfortable step, life begins to open doors you never imagined. But those doors don't open for wishers, they open for workers. The universe moves for the bold, not for the hesitant. Respects. The world respects action. People can doubt your words, but they can't ignore your results. Wake up and show them what belief looks like in motion. Respects. When you wake up for real, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually, you stop chasing validation. You stop needing people to clap for you. You stop waiting for permission. Respects. You become unstoppable because your drive comes from within. And when your why becomes stronger than your excuses, no obstacle can hold you down. That's when change becomes permanent. Respects. That's when the world starts to notice you. That's when life starts responding differently. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I proud of how I'm living? If the answer is no, respects, then today is your chance to change that. You don't need a new year. You need a new mindset. You don't need someone to motivate you. You need to remember who you are. Respects. The one who's been through storms and still standing. The one who's fallen 100 times and still got up. The one who's been overlooked, doubted, underestimated, but never defeated. That's the real you. Respects. It's time to wake that person up, because deep down you know this. Life doesn't change when circumstances change. Life changes when you change. Respects. You can't wait for everything around you to get better before you do. You've got to become better so everything around you can rise to meet you. That's how you shift your world from the inside out. Respects. It starts with one decision, one action, one morning where you finally say enough, or wake up to your power, wake up to your purpose, wake up to your potential. Respects. There's something incredible waiting for you on the other side of fear, but you'll never see it if you keep hitting snooze on your calling. Don't let another sunrise pass without gratitude, without action. Respects, without growth. You've been sleeping on greatness long enough. It's time to rise and go. Claim it step by step, day by day. It respects until your life becomes the proof that you refused to stay asleep while your dreams were calling. Comfort is that soft trap that feels like peace but steals your purpose. It whispers to you, respects, telling you that you deserve to rest before you've earned it, that you can take it easy because there's always tomorrow. Respects that you've already done enough even when deep down you know you haven't even scratched the surface. Comfort is the enemy that wears a smile. It doesn't hurt you loud. It kills you slow. Respects. It takes away your fire inch by inch until you start accepting average as enough. And once you start accepting average, you stop reaching for greatness. Every time you choose the couch over the grind, respects. Every time you choose the easy way over the right way, every time you choose comfort over challenge, a piece of your potential dies quietly inside you. You weren't born to be comfortable. You were born to grow. Respects and growth is never comfortable. Growth stretches you. It demands you to face pain, to face fear, to face the voice inside that says you can't. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care about your feelings. Respects. Discipline doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't ask if you're motivated. It simply tells you, do it anyway. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your destiny. It's not glamorous specs. It's not fun. It's not easy. But it's what builds everything you want to be proud of. Comfort will tell you to stay in bed. Discipline will drag you out of it. Comfort will tell you to quit when it gets hard. Respects. Discipline will whisper, keep going. Comfort will give you excuses. Discipline will give you results. The difference between the person who dreams and the person who achieves is not talent. It's not luck. Respects. It's discipline. Talent fades when comfort takes over. Dreams die when discipline disappears. Every champion you've ever admired had to fight comfort daily. They had to say no to distractions, no to laziness. Respects. No to the voice that says, you've done enough for today, because that voice isn't there to protect you. It's there to limit you. When you let comfort take control, respects. You start living a life of maintenance instead of progress. You start surviving instead of striving. You start getting comfortable with mediocrity. And mediocrity never made history. The people who changed their lives, respects. The people who broke barriers, the people who rose from nothing, all of them had one thing in common. They chose discipline when comfort screamed louder. They said, I'll do it tired. They said, respects. Well, do it scared. They said, I'll do it even when I don't feel like it. Because they understood that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is power. Respects. It's the act of honoring your purpose even when your emotions don't agree. The problem with comfort is that it makes you forget what you're capable of. It numbs your ambition. Respects. What convinces you that your dream is too big, your goal is too far, your effort is too small to make a difference. But the truth is, every small act of discipline adds up. Every time you choose to stay focused, respects. Every time you push one more rep, every time you stay late to learn, every time you wake up early to prepare, you're building your destiny brick by brick. The results may not come today, respects, but they're being shaped by what you do when nobody's watching. The universe respects effort. Life rewards consistency. You can't have both comfort and greatness. One will destroy the other. If you choose comfort, you choose limits. If you choose discipline, you choose freedom, because discipline gives you control over your life. Discipline builds habits, and habits build the life you dream of. Comfort will make you wish, respects. Discipline will make you work. Comfort will make you complain. Discipline will make you conquer. Comfort will let you live easy now, but hard later. Discipline will make it hard now, but easy later. Respects. You decide which one you want to pay, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is a silent builder. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need recognition. It just keeps showing up, specs, day after day, stacking wins that the world won't see until years later. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you failed yesterday. It doesn't care what people think. Respects. It cares about the promise you made to yourself. And when you honor that promise, you grow a kind of confidence that comfort could never give you. Comfort gives you temporary happiness. Respects. Discipline gives you permanent pride. There's nothing wrong with resting, but rest is not retreat. You rest to recover, not to quit. Some people confuse peace with comfort. Peace is earned through progress. Comfort comes from avoidance. Peace is active. Comfort is passive. You can't pray for success and then live comfortably inside your fear. You can't say you want change and still stay loyal to your excuses. Respects. Comfort is seductive because it feels safe, but nothing extraordinary was ever born from safety. Every successful person has a moment when they were tempted to quit. They were tempted to relax, to coast. Respects. To take it easy. But something inside them said, no, not yet. Keep going. That voice was discipline. It's not loud, but it's powerful. It's not emotional, but it's consistent. Respects. It tells you that you're built for more, that you can endure more, that you can rise higher. It teaches you that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Comfort will lie to you and say, respects. You've done enough. Discipline will remind you that your best is still waiting to be discovered. Think about it. The moments that made you proud of yourself were never easy. They were uncomfortable, respects. They were exhausting, but they were worth it. Every time you pushed through fear, you grew. Every time you refused to settle, you evolved, respects. That's what discipline does. It molds you into the person who can handle the blessings you're praying for. Because the truth is, if your habits don't match your goals, you'll lose what you get, respects. Discipline prepares you for what comfort will make you lose. The difference between where you are and where you want to be isn't distance, it's discipline. You could be 1 year away from the life you want, respects. But comfort will make you waste his time. Discipline compresses time. It takes ordinary people and makes them extraordinary. It takes slow progress and turns it into unstoppable momentum. You don't have to be perfect, respects. You just have to be persistent. Comfort tells you to take breaks you didn't earn. Discipline tells you to earn the right to rest. There's a war happening every day inside of you. Comfort wants to keep you safe, respects. Discipline wants to set you free. Comfort wants you to repeat the past. Discipline wants you to build the future. Comfort wants you to blend in. Discipline wants you to stand out. Every time you choose discipline, respects, you're choosing to evolve. You're choosing to be stronger than your excuses. You're choosing to honor your potential instead of your pain. And that choice compounds. Over time, it transforms your entire identity. Respects. Discipline doesn't come from motivation. It comes from meaning. When you know why you're doing something, you'll do it even when it's hard. Your why fuels your discipline. Respects. That's why people who live with purpose rarely get stuck in comfort. They understand that comfort costs too much. It costs dreams. It costs time. It costs potential. The most expensive thing you can own is comfort, respects, because it steals everything else you could have become. So every time you feel tired, every time you want to quit, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the vision you saw before anyone believed in it. Respects. Remind yourself of the days you prayed for a chance like this. Don't throw it away because comfort feels good for a moment. You can rest later. You can celebrate later. But right now, you build. Right now, respects. You show up. Right now, you prove to yourself that your discipline is stronger than your mood. Comfort will make you lazy. Discipline will make you legendary. Comfort will make you fit in. Respects. Discipline will make you stand out. Comfort will make you soft. Discipline will make you solid. Every day you wake up, you're choosing which one to feed. And what you feed grows. If you feed your comfort, respects, your potential dies. If you feed your discipline, your destiny rises. It's that simple, and that's serious. Discipline is not something that appears overnight. It's a daily decision. Respects, a quiet agreement between your mind and your mission. It's that voice that speaks when everyone else is silent, the voice that tells you there's more left inside you, the voice that doesn't settle for almost, respects, the voice that doesn't quit halfway. You see, comfort gives you reasons, discipline gives you results. Comfort wants to please you today. Discipline wants to prepare you for tomorrow. Respects. Comfort tells you that you deserve a break. Discipline tells you that you deserve better. You can't pray for a big life while living with small habits. You can't ask for strength while running from struggle. Respects. You can't want freedom and stay in the cage of comfort. Freedom is expensive, and the currency is discipline. Every great thing you've ever wanted will demand proof that you're ready. Respects. And your proof will be found in your habits. The universe does not reward wishes. It rewards work. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you're willing to work for. The truth is, respects. Everyone wants success until they see what it actually costs. It costs mornings where you don't feel like moving. It costs nights where you're still working when everyone's sleeping. Respects. It costs sacrifices that nobody applauds. But that's where the magic happens, in the moments no one sees. Comfort will never lead you there because comfort doesn't want you to grow. It wants you to repeat. Respects. It wants you to stay safe, predictable, and small. But you weren't made for small. You weren't made to repeat the same story. You were made to write new ones. Discipline is the author of new chapters. Respects. It takes your fear and teaches it obedience. It takes your excuses and burns them in the fire of consistency. It takes your chaos and builds order. Every time you choose discipline, you're sculpting your character. Respects. You're proving to yourself that you can trust yourself, because that's what discipline really is, self-trust. The belief that no matter how hard it gets, you will still show up. And once you trust yourself, you become unstoppable. Comfort kills dreams silently. It doesn't crash them, it slowly erases them. One missed goal turns into a habit. One skipped step becomes a lifestyle. One excuse becomes an identity. Specs. And then you wake up one day wondering where your potential went. It's not gone, it's buried under comfort. It's buried under fear, under laziness, under distraction. But discipline digs it back out. Respects. It doesn't ask how long it's been buried, it just starts digging. Because discipline is not about how fast you go, it's about how long you keep going. You can't discipline your life around convenience. Respects. You have to discipline your life around commitment. Commitment means doing what you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has left you. Commitment doesn't depend on feelings, it depends on faith. Respects. It means believing that every small act matters even when you don't see the results yet. It means believing that showing up today will pay off tomorrow, even when nobody notices today. Respects. Comfort will make you live in loops. Discipline will make you live in levels. Comfort keeps you stuck in cycles of almost, of someday, of maybe next year. Discipline breaks that cycle. It lifts you. It moves you. Teaches you that consistency beats intensity. That small steps taken daily will outrun giant leaps taken rarely. That every time you honor your word, you build a stronger foundation. Respects. People often think success is about opportunity, but the truth is, opportunity only favors the disciplined. Because when opportunity comes, it doesn't wait for you to get ready. It looks for those who already are. Respects. And if you've lived in comfort, you'll miss your moment. But if you've lived in discipline, you'll be ready. That's why discipline isn't just about hard work. It's about preparation. Respects. It's about training yourself to stay ready. Comfort teaches you to escape discomfort, but discipline teaches you to use discomfort. Because pain can be power if you let it shape you instead of stop you. Respects. Every challenge, every loss carries a lesson, but only loss carries a lesson. But only comfort looks at failure and sees the end. Discipline looks at failure and sees feedback. Comfort asks, respects. Why me? Discipline asks, what next? That's the difference between those who grow and those who stay. When you live in comfort too long, you start shrinking. You start dreaming smaller, believing smaller, respects, acting smaller. But when you live in discipline, you expand. You start thinking bigger, believing deeper, acting stronger. You start realizing that every limit you thought you had was just a wall built by comfort. Respects. Break that wall. Tear it down with persistence. Because every time you choose discipline, you take back a piece of your power. The world is full of people who started but never finished, who wished but never worked. Respects, who dreamed but never did. They all wanted the result but avoided the routine. Discipline doesn't just create results, it creates resilience. Respects, it gives you a kind of peace that comfort could never offer. The peace of knowing you gave everything you had, the peace of knowing that even if you fail, you'll fail forward. Respects. The peace of knowing that you're not running from the hard parts of life, you're walking through them. Comfort will always show up dressed as peace, but it's an illusion. Respects. True peace doesn't come from avoiding effort. It comes from giving your best. It comes from knowing that you didn't quit when things got hard. Respects. That you stayed in the fight when it would have been easier to walk away. That you faced the storm and came out stronger. Discipline is forged in that storm. Respects. It's born in the moments where comfort would have walked away. The greatest version of you is waiting on the other side of your comfort zone. It's waiting for you to stop making excuses. Respects. It's waiting for you to stop delaying your destiny. It's waiting for you to trust the process. Discipline may not give you instant joy, but it will give you lasting pride. Respects. You'll look back one day and realize that every sacrifice was worth it. Every struggle had purpose. Every delay was direction. Comfort gives you pleasure. Discipline gives you power. Respects. There's a beautiful kind of strength that comes from discipline. A quiet confidence that says, I know who I am because I built myself. You stop needing validation because your work becomes your voice. Respects. You stop needing approval because your actions speak louder. You stop fearing failure because you've learned that discipline will carry you through it. Comfort will always look tempting. Discipline will always be fulfilling. You can't live a disciplined life and end up ordinary, because discipline forces you to grow, to evolve, to improve. It turns average into exceptional. Respects. It turns doubt into drive. It turns procrastination into purpose. Discipline gives you control over your life when everything else feels uncertain. Respects. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded when emotions try to pull you away. It's the reminder that your dream doesn't care how you feel today. It only cares that you show up. So if you ever feel stuck, respects. Don't look for motivation, look for discipline. Motivation is a spark, discipline is the fire. Motivation starts the race, discipline finishes it. Motivation feels good, discipline does good. Respects. Motivation makes promises, discipline keeps them. The most powerful people in the world aren't the most talented, they're the most disciplined. Comfort will always exist, it's not going anywhere. Respects. But the choice is yours. Every morning when you wake up, you decide whether to stay the same or to step into the version of yourself that's waiting to be revealed. Comfort says stay, discipline says rise. Respects. Comfort says wait, discipline says move. Comfort says it's too late, discipline says it's never too late. And one day when the noise fades, when the distractions are gone, when you look back at your life, respects, you'll see that every small act of discipline was a seed that bloomed into your destiny. You'll realize that nothing was wasted, that every late night, every early morning, every moment of discomfort had meaning. Respects. You'll understand that discipline wasn't the sacrifice, comfort was. Because comfort cost you what you could have become. So keep going. Keep building. Keep choosing discipline even when it doesn't make sense. Respects. Because one day the world will look at you and call it success, but you'll know the truth. It was discipline all along. Comfort kills potential, but discipline builds destiny.